Happy New Year! 2016 is the year. Expect more electric cars, more podcasts, and more Explore Tulsa. With singing sisters you should keep an eye on for 2016.
Then the cake with a hole in it.
Followed by an artsy scavenger hunt. Hi, I'm Stevie Fernandez.
And I'm Trish Whitmer. Thanks for starting your new year with us on Explore Tulsa. So Stevie, do you really believe that the year 2016 will have more electric cars?
Well, according to Newsweek, Nissan, Tesla, and Chevrolet all planning to unveil new cars this new year. The Chevy Volt's going to be able to travel 200 miles on a single charge and park itself, a feature that'll help your driving considerably.
Funny. I think 2016 is going to be a breakout year for the sister singing duo of Camille and Haley.
Well, we had them on the show a little over a year ago, and they are very talented.
And now they've been living and working in LA, creating new music and on the verge of getting their face in the national spotlight.
Yeah, we recently moved to LA in August of this year, and it's pretty cool. We've met some kind of cool people. Tim Tebow, there's a kind of celebrity church. It's called City Church, Judah Smith, and he's pretty cool, and we go to that. And
we met a lot of good people in California, a lot of good friends. People always think California is this evil place, and it probably is, but we haven't found that yet. So we love it, and we're also writing songs. We've been recording some out there as well. We also shot a music video, and so a lot of people in the film and acting and that industry, so you can find friends that want, work and they want to trade, So it's really fun, and I really enjoyed it. I love Tulsa though as well, so we're back and forth. We wrote the song Best Days about a year and a half ago. We just sent it to the lady that we wrote it for, actually. She was just relaunching her ministry, and I was like, Haley, we don't have a song. We have like 2 hours to write it quickly. And Haley's like getting ready for the event, and she's like, does this sound good? And she's like, no, change that to this. And so we changed it and we wrote it, and we're still rusty as we're still like, I don't know if it's rusty, but we're just, still stuttering through the words as we're singing it at this little fundraiser for them. But we just sent it to her yesterday, and we said, this is part is about you. Listen to the second verse. And so it was really fun, and so we like that song. And it's about picking up
old dreams.
Yeah, picking up old dreams. Grew up like the other girls, full of dreams, growing up and marrying Prince Charming, but all my dreams are stripped away suddenly to a life of slavery. And we can do something instead of acting like it's not really happening. This song is called Slavery, and I wrote it a few years ago after hearing about human trafficking and sex trafficking at church, and I'd never heard about it, and I don't think Haley had either.
Yeah, we definitely didn't know it happened here in America. Many, many girls all over the world are being trafficked every day, and so we wanted to make a song to bring awareness to the problem.
So I wrote the song like in the place of the girl that's being trafficked, and she's lost all hope, and she's lost her purity, and she's lost, she's been tricked into this whole thing. And so, just to show people what it's really like. And it's a lot of times it's hard to put yourself in the shoes of someone who is really being trafficked, and like, what would I do, whenever your prayers don't seem to be working, and you're waiting for someone to come rescue you, and then it's like, well, I want to be that person that rescues girls. I want to be the person that is sending money over to answer their prayers, because God uses people to answer these girls' prayers, and we can be the answer to lots of people's prayers just by being willing and obedient. So we really want to use our lives to make a difference for people, and we think this is a great way to use our music. Yeah, a few months ago we were invited to go to Ohio. They flew us out, and they saw us on YouTube, and they found our video Slavery, one of them, and they said, oh my goodness, can we get these girls to come sing for us and come be in a video, a film They want to put it in all of the Ohio schools, and I think another state, just bringing awareness that human trafficking is in America, not just overseas, and what it even is. And so it's such a cool thing. And then Phil Kagi.
And Phil Kagi, the guitar extraordinaire, is on our song as well. My dad asked him if he can play, and he volunteered to play. And so we have him on there as well.
Yeah, he's very passionate about helping kids as well, and he's amazing. And
he was actually recently voted the top Christian guitarist of all time, so we feel pretty special.
We were just talking about how fun it is to be sisters and how fun it is to be living our whole lives together, sharing a room, sharing
everything,
clothes,
car,
sharing food. Yeah, sharing our guitars and our whatever, in our car. So,
anytime we get a meal at a restaurant, we always split it right in half. And if we ever think we can get our own, we always just eat half of ours and have a whole another plate combined to eat later. So
yeah, and it really works well because I think it's great practice for life to have to be with somebody all the time, because then you have to learn how to not annoy each other, you have to learn how to adjust and how to just cater to the other person. Haley doesn't like it when I drink water. She just
No. It's not drinking water. It's actually gulping really loud in a silent room.
I'm like, sorry, Haley, I don't know how to help it, but I have to try to cater to that. But it's just that's just life. It's it's serving one another. It's working with one another. It's figuring out how to have fun and how to not be on each other's nerves. And that's not really a problem.
I don't think we get on each other's nerves very much. I think we're always happy.
Yes.
Camille and Haley are so adorable, and it's great for us to be able to follow them as they grow as performers.
Later in the show, we'll get to know them a little better as sisters when we continue visiting with them, and they share 2 more of their newest originals with us.
I love that song they sang, Best Day of Your Life.
What would you say, Stevie, makes up a best day?
When my grandma used to make bundt cakes, those were the greatest days.
Ooh, then you're gonna be pretty happy.
Is my grandmother here?
No, but we found the next best thing, Nothing Bundt Cakes in Bixby. That's our next stop when we return with more Explore Tulsa.
John Erling with Voices of Oklahoma. Our great state has been home to countless individuals whose place in history has been earned through each of their many accomplishments. Voices of Oklahoma's mission is to preserve their story in an oral history presentation like none other. Accounts direct from famous Oklahomans, political figures, and many others who have left their indelible mark on the development, history, and future of Oklahoma. So please, treat yourself by listening to those who are the voices of Oklahoma.
Hi again. It's very nice to see you here with us for this week's Explore Tulsa. Stevie, what are you looking at?
Christy Brinkley. She sends me an email every day. She's stalking me.
Former supermodel Christy Brinkley? Right.
She wants me, Trish.
Yeah, let me see that. Yeah, she wants you to buy her beauty products. You might want to try this one here. It's called Anti-Aging Cream.
Give me my phone back. The thing that works best to make me feel young again is a cake from Nothing Bundt Cakes.
Yeah, then let's see if owners Toby and Marie Hicks in Bixby will let us try a few slices.
First time in, they have that look on their face. They have that wow look, like, whoa, what is this? This is incredible. And so it's just every day we meet new people and everyone's happy, and it's really a lot of fun.
Each holiday, each season is always a little bit different, and we try to be calm and cool out front, and then we just panic in the back.
Our holidays now are spent with our customers. That we don't get to spend holidays with our families anymore, but we knew that going in, that we were going to be 100% in the business.
We've always wanted our own business and always wanted something that had staying power, something that would be a part of the community and that it was a happy business. We both like to celebrate, so we didn't want anything negative. So we decided that we would try to find a business that had the good, wholesome background, a strong business plan.
We drove down to South Lake, Texas, because we had heard some people talk about, Nothing Bundt Cakes. And so we went down there and we met Dee Dee, the owner, and we bought one flavor of everything, and we set out in the parking lot, and just right then and there, and we had looked at many different businesses, but we just immediately, before we even left the parking lot, we made the decision, we're going to make this happen. We're going to bring it to Oklahoma.
And looked at each other with that little sparkle in our eyes going, this is it. We have to bring this to Oklahoma. So that's kind of how we got started and found out about it. It started with Debbie and Dina, And Debbie had the cake recipe, Dina had the frosting recipe, and they said, you know, we could do something with this. So they started in their own kitchen at Homes. Well, it ended up catching on, and they grew and grew and decided that they would like to franchise it out. But it is a franchise, but it feels still mom and pop, because I could call either one of them at any time and say, hey, my recipe doesn't seem like it's cooking out like it should, or what should I do in this situation? They come to the stores and make sure that, you know, it still has that same feel, and so it's a neat background, and Debbie and Dina are really great and a lot of help too. When we ever went to a family gathering of some sort, some grandparent always brought some type of bundt cake, and so it was kind of a little bit of nostalgia for us to be able to bring it, you know, bring it back to this generation. Well, a bundt cake is a delicious cake, and it's round, so it's baked in a round pan. So it's started in the U.S., really kind of became popular in the 1950s, and so everyone had to have the bundt cake pan. And I actually inherited my grandmother's bundt cake pan, so it's been passed down through the generations. And it's just a delicious cake. Sometimes it's a little more dense than a normal cake, and then we put a little extra special on top. We put cream cheese frosting on the top of ours.
So it's a big mixer and a big oven, and everything's made from scratch. And so we bake daily, and we make our frosting from scratch, and it's maybe a little bit bigger equipment than what you're used to and what we have in the kitchen. But it's the same thing. There's nothing special about what we do, just a lot of hard work.
Well, we have 10 flavors all the time. So we have 9 standard flavors, which are an array of deliciousness. Then we have 1 flavor that we change monthly or every 2 months. So all of December we have gingerbread, and then all of January and February we have chocolate turtle, which is amazing. The lemon that, you know, is so popular. We also have red velvet and chocolate cake with chocolate chips, white chocolate raspberry. We just have a whole gamut of delicious flavors.
You know, every time we pull up to the store and just look at the store, you get filled with pride. And then to see all of our employees, that most of these guys have been with us from the start, and our high school kids and our college kids that we watch take tests and grow up, and it's just, you know, you're filled with pride with what you're doing.
For our Christmas party, we got one of the red velvet bundt cakes. Everybody loved it.
To find out which one is your favorite, visit nothingbundtcakes.com or stop by their bakery at 106th and Memorial in Bixby.
After all that great bundt cake, I need some music to dance the inches away.
Next up, we'll bring Camille and Haley back to tell us about and perform a couple of their newest songs.
Does that mean you're going to dance with me?
No, but somebody out there will when Explore Tulsa continues.
Send me some love.
Look at us. We woke up one morning with every song that ever mattered to anyone. So now what? Music's meant to be heard, out loud, where your life happens, where you dance, where you love, and where you live. When everyone has every song ever written, what matters most is how you listen.
Come hear for yourself at Video Revolution.
If you have a sister and you guys have a special relationship, then you'll be so glad you stuck around for more Explore Tulsa.
Sometimes I wish I had a sister.
I'm glad you don't, because I don't think there's any way I could handle 2 of you.
Well, it works perfectly for the sister duo of Camille and Haley as they share with us their special bond and a couple of new songs.
Hey, it's Camille.
And Haley.
And this is what we do on our off times. We also have a cabinet refinishing business aside from singing called Hollywood Refinishing. So, here we go. Well, we're not exactly starving artists yet, but that's because we do refinish cabinets. So that is our side job and kind of our half and half sometimes.
Yeah, we actually just got off a job. I think I still have a stain on my
I
hands.
was just cleaning off the paint off of Haley just before the shoot. So we actually love doing it, but as we're cleaning cabinets, we're like, we probably should be singing, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do until you get to where we're gonna get.
We've only just begun to live. White lace and promises, a kiss for luck and we're on our way.
But But we do private parties and fundraisers and kind of anywhere that will have live music. We'll ask them, can we sing? You know, and they hopefully
do little odd jobs here and there, and so we have a lot of fun.
I just milked the cows today, fed all the chickens, gathered all their eggs, and other days work at the farm. Sleeping, eating, practically living in the barn. It's a dandy life indeed, if you like that kind of thing. But I got a different dream, a far-off fantasy, to be a rich man's wife.
Rich Man's Wife is actually about a working girl, kind of like ourselves, going through the everyday grind and just kind of dreaming about, you know, giving it all up for the higher cause of marrying a rich man. So yeah, it's just kind of a satire. I wasn't going to record it originally, but my dad says, that's a hit, you have to record that. So we went in the studio and did it. It's our most country song, probably.
And one of our most requested songs as well, because who doesn't want to be a rich man's
The
wife,
women love
right?
it.
So it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
My life starts over with a rooster's crow. Gotta plow the field, shuck the corn, got my overalls screaming, I'm far past more. 2 dimes and a nickel till 3, and I still haven't eaten anything. See, I could work my way out of poverty, or simply take the pretty route of matrimony. Would it be worth it? Definitely, to be a rich man's wife. I never have to work another day in my life, never thinking twice. No sir, if I see it and I want it and it's mine, mine, mine. The limit is the sky, and I'm a ride them winds west style. Oh, I would leave it all behind to be a rich man's wife.
We wrote a song called If You Came Back about just when you want someone in your life that's not there, and a lot of us have that situation happening. So it's really cool how whenever we play it for different people, they're like, wow, did you have this happen? Or this is what I take from it. Or is it about a person that passed away? Or is it an old boyfriend?
Military.
Like, all of the above, yes, because we wanted to relate to people's lives. And so, yeah. Haven't heard that tune since I can't remember when. Haven't been so confused since we said goodbye. Now I'm just missing you every day and night. But if you came back into my life, never mind the past. I definitely want to become a better writer, and so I'm looking into studying how to write songs, how to pitch them to other artists as well. I also want to do a lot of worship. And Haley is looking a lot into the theater.
The theater. Well, you know, recently the Tangled Disney Cruise, the theater came out, and I'm like, 2 weeks ago, maybe I can go audition and knock that girl out of the spot. No, I'm kidding. But I would love to go be Rapunzel. There's probably more than one. But I would love to, you know, do the stage acting Broadway style thing. And
yeah,
Camille, I think her first passion is writing and connecting to people. And I think mine is singing and relaying an emotion to people, and more in the performance area.
Haley's very much an entertainer, and so I've become more that way being around her, so she's taught me some good things. So we have a lot of fun together. We kind of have different personalities, but they work together well, and
yeah, she usually starts things, I usually finish things. Did I just finish a sentence?
But I'm learning to, yes, but I'm learning to finish things as well, because you don't go ahead without being a finisher, so I'm working on it.
That first song cracked me up. What about you, Trish? Would you like to be a rich man's wife?
I could definitely see it having its advantages.
So if you're a rich guy interested in Trish, email me at...
Stop right there. I'll find my own husband, thank you very much. But if you're interested in following Camille and Haley, getting some of their music, or having them come by and refinish some of your woodwork, visit thesisterduo.com.
And if Trish is the one...
Stevie, focus on the show and our next segment with artist Daniel Gulick, all just ahead with more Explore Tulsa.
Hey, it's Stevie from Explore Tulsa with my friend and optometrist for many years, Dr. Robert Zeller. Tell everybody why it's so good to come in to see you.
Well, that's a great question. Let's see, we've got 2 great locations. We try to stay cutting edge at every point along the way because, let's face it, everybody wants to come in and get taken care of in a timely fashion and get the latest, greatest stuff and save some money and get on with their life. And see clearly.
And if you don't believe it, look on the website.
Absolutely, drzeller.com. You can find that we have our 2 locations at 69th and Memorial and 33rd 3030 South Harvard, or you can give us a call at 749-2020 or 461-2020.
And I got 4 kids, and I got to tell you, as a big family like that, it's affordable too.
Oh yes, and of course the number one reason, you save some money. I mean, with our 2-pair specials, with our different unique packages that we put together, I mean, you can come in here and your money can go a lot farther than anywhere else.
And that's why with Dr. Robert Zeller and Associates, seeing is believing.
Oh, I like that, Stevie. Well done.
Hello, we are so happy that you joined us today, for this is a very special Explore Tulsa. This is our 300th show.
Oh my gosh, the show has been on the air for 6 years now.
And in that time, we've met some wonderful people. Each of them always surprised that we come out there, make a great video of their story and business for the show, and at no cost to them.
That's right. Our sponsors, Video Revolution and Dr. Zollner and Associates, are huge fans of Tulsa and like promoting all of you that are doing your part to make it such a great city.
And in 2016, we'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to be on the show or know someone that has a wonderful story to share, just send me an email to stevie@exploretulsa.com and we'll set it all up.
That's what a friend of Daniel Gulick did. She told us all about what a great artist he is and about his annual art hunt, which this year benefited Animal Aid.
You know, I used to get it, why you want to do that for a living, but I kind of use it as fuel for my fire. I knew what I was meant to do, and that was create. So that's what I'm doing. I've always done art. It just came naturally to me at a young age. It wasn't something I just decided to start doing. It was just inside of me. I have a degree in art. I have a bachelor's in fine art and studio art, and my focus was oil painting. And so I've been doing it my whole life, so I can't imagine a 9-to-5. My styles over the year have changed dramatically, so I don't ever follow one path. I love to experiment. I think that's what a good artist should do, is constantly evolve and constantly experiment different materials, mediums, just different things. So when I go into a painting, I'm either inspired by nature, the people around me, the people closest to me, animals. To me, animals are huge right now in my art. They're the closest thing to perfect that we have on this earth, and they're just beautiful creatures. So I've been using a lot of animals and birds in my current body of work. I've covered Stillwater and murals. When I actually went to OSU and graduated there, so at one time I think I had like up to 18 murals. Some of them have been painted over the years. I still go back once a year and paint a mural there. It's in the public, so all your mistakes, all your trials and tribulations are in that moment. People watch me paint on the street if I'm working on a mural, and it's nerve-wracking. Here in my own home, I can mess up, I can throw the piece of paper away, and no one ever sees that part. On a wall, you have very little room for error, so if you do mess up, you gotta fix it really fast. Otherwise, people are gonna talk about it. And this day with social media, it gets out quick, Downtown, I did a huge scissor tail on Mexicali's, and then there's just various places around town. I just had a huge influx of work that was just sitting around my house, and rather than just saying, here you go, you have one, and so on, I just came up with this idea of giving them away in a really creative way. So I created this scavenger hunt, and it went really well, and thousands of people have done it, and I post clues on social media and they find them. I had a Great Dane, and he passed away in September. He was almost 13, and if you know me, you always saw him with me, and he would actually go to class with me. He would go to painting class with me, and he would just eat his bones and just lay there, and after 3 hours of class, we would walk home together. And so I wanted to honor him, one last time, and I partnered up with Animal Aid of Tulsa because they're 100% donations. So in being able to participate this year in the art hunt, they had to donate an animal item, and then you would get a Hoover button, and then that allows you to participate. And we've got so much stuff donated already, it's incredible. I started it because I wanted to give back to Tulsa. Tulsa has been really, really good to me. Lots of support here. huge, huge support for my art. So I wanted to give back, and I've given almost 100 paintings back in the 6 years that I've done this. So. Whether it's an obvious message or a message of hope or love or just, it clearly just shows that I was just having fun. It's extremely hard. You don't eat much on certain days, and then some days you're eating like a king. But it's very rewarding. I've done over 1,000 paintings in my short time on this earth, and I've sold a lot of them and given a lot of them away, and I've done a lot of amazing things with my art, and it's been a great opportunity.
What a great idea, the art hunt. And Daniel's a wonderful guy with a lot of passion for his work.
If you're interested in learning more about Daniel Gulick and his art, visit coughsyrupgreen.com.
I love that website, coughsyrupgreen.com. Oh, which reminds me, I read about this amazing remedy for a bad cough.
Really? What's that?
Well, when you go to bed at night, you take like 3 or 4 X-Lax.
X-Lax for a cough?
Yeah, you take that much X-Lax, and by the next morning, you'll be afraid to cough.
Please don't listen to Dr. Stevie here, but do stick around. There's more Explore Tulsa just ahead.
Hi, Dr. Robert Zeller here. For over 20 years, I've offered affordable, convenient eye care in Tulsa. Right now, you can get 1 pair of glasses or contact lenses starting at just $99, or my 2-pair deal for $129. Hey, and as always, the eye exam's included. Walk-ins are always welcome. Glasses are ready in about an hour. Plus, we have over 2,000 frames to choose from. We're open 7 days a week. Come see why we're voted Tulsa's best. And our drive-thru at 69th and Memorial makes pickup simple and easy. For the best eye care value in Tulsa, Dr. Robert Zeller and Associates.
Hello, I'm Russ Kirkpatrick with Kirkpatrick and Kinslow Productions, and you are watching Explore Tulsa.
Be sure and join us next week when we meet former TU basketball standout Big Anthony Fobbs and try some of his barbecue at Big Anthony's on 21st and Memorial.
Special thanks to sisters Camille and Haley for sharing with us their newest music and accomplishments in the music industry.
Well, thanks too to Toby and Marie Hicks for telling us the story behind Nothing Bundt Cakes and letting us try a few too. Very delicious.
Also thanks to Daniel Gulick for showing us his very unique artwork. We look forward to the 2016 Art Hunt.
Remember, if you miss any of the show, you can always catch us at exploretulsa.com.
As always, each week we feature the people, places, and attractions that make us proud to call Tulsa our home.
Hey, don't forget to like us on Facebook and share with us someone you think Tulsa should know more about.
Plus, remember, Explore Tulsa is brought to you by Video Revolution, located on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Stop by, say hello to Ron and all the guys for your home entertainment needs.
And Explore Tulsa is also proudly brought to you by Dr. Robert Zeller and Associates.
And with a 2-pair deal starting at just $99 with 2 locations, 3030 South Harvard and 69th and Memorial.
Well, that's all the time we have for you on this week's show, but we'll see you next week right here on Explore Tulsa.